This is Fast Heart Mart, the folk rock independent musician. I've been touring all over this country, the United States of America, for about 7 years or more. And about 6 years ago, I had a great idea that I would buy a Volkswagen van again from 1982 and convert it to run on vegetable oil. Because as an independent musician, I don't know, I haven't really made that much money, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe my music's not like great, I don't know, but whatever, I'm not making that much money, and so I need to keep the cost low, try to save money on fuel. And I did 32,000 miles on straight vegetable oil in this van, but I've decided that it takes too much time and energy and too much room in the van when I'm on the road. 70 gallons of fuel takes up a lot of space in the van. I feel like I have bragging rights though. 32,000 miles on vegetable oil is pretty good, and I gave it a good shot. I feel a little bummed about it, but it was breaking down all the time too. I went through 15 or 20 fuel filters, you know, constantly changing fuel filters, and finally the system was just clogging up constantly, and I probably wasn't filtering the fuel as well as I should have, even though it was pretty good. Probably wasn't done as well as I should have. So I just recommend people run on biodiesel or start a biodiesel co-op. I feel like that makes a lot more sense if you're going to be traveling. Find biodiesel on the road at places. And currently what's happening, I just recommend also that if you're going to be a touring independent musician, you learn how to work on your vehicle if you're running that close to broke like I am. It seems like I am, or have been. Hopefully one day I won't be though. Hopefully one day I'll help make enough money to I can have a mechanic and a nice van. Even though I love you, Maggie, I just need something a little more reliable. Anyway, I was in San Diego a few months ago and I heard a loud, it wasn't really loud, but it was a bad noise coming from my engine compartment. Like when I would press the accelerator and then let go, it would go boom, like that. And so I tried forever to try to figure out what it was, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. And I went from San Diego to San Francisco to New Mexico, North Carolina, Virginia, running that way. And slowly things started to go wrong. You could see this throttle cable was probably, anyway, whatever. What it comes down to is this motor mount was broken. You can see these two new bolts I had to put in. This motor mount had sheared these two bolts off. This third one was out. I had to back these out of the block, put in new bolts, and that is good to go now. And while I'm at it, I have to replace these bolts for the injection pump cradle. These bolts here, you can see there, these bolts will tend to shear off for some reason. It's a mystery, and it's very unique to my van why these bolts break off. But when those break off, it's really bad, because what happens is that injection pump is attached to your timing belt, and if your timing belt were to ever come off or break, it could be a complete catastrophe on your engine. The pistons come up and could hit the valves and just totally destroy your engine. So you want to always be careful about your timing belt. If you're driving an American van, it's most likely a timing chain, so you don't have to worry about this, but a lot of Japanese and German cars use timing belts. And I've had to replace about 9 of these alternators on this van since I've had it. I don't know why, but my alternators always seem to go bad. And I've replaced 4 or 5 starters. And you can see there's coolant hoses all over here because I've had to take those off to do all this work. Anyway, I guess all I'm saying is if you're gonna be an independent musician, you definitely have to learn how to work on your van until you make enough money to pay somebody else to do that. And if you're going to have a Volkswagen van again, diesel engine, you really got to know how to work on it, because this thing is pretty high maintenance. I love it. It's pretty cheap to run it because I can fix it myself, but it seems like I'm working on it. I work on it a lot, and it would be nice to have a mechanic that could do that for me. And so, yeah, just make things simple on yourself if you can, and don't do the vegetable oil thing if you're a traveling musician. Or if you do, that's great. I'm just saying, I'm dropping out and sticking to the biodiesel at this point.